Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. Friends, in this video I'm going to discuss about US dollar index. So there are lots of theories which has been going around in and out, and somebody is as you can see more bullish on uh, US dollar, somebody is more bearish on US dollar, and there are fundamental as well as technical theories on that. As far as my view is concerned, obviously I am on the bearish side, and I do think that with the kind of money printing is going on, obviously there is no other way as we can see as a dollar on the downside rather than on the upside. Okay, so this is the fundamental reason behind that. And when a country's debt is so high, so I mean on fundamental ground it does not stand any chance that because it's a reserve currency, and you can see most of the trades internationally has been using this particular currency, and the dollar index indeed shows the kind of strength which it is showing over a period of time. But when I'm saying over a period of time, let me just drive it down to the actual crux of what do you mean by over a period of time. Let's say if your horizon is past 10 years, then it is fine, but if you are looking at last 30 years, then you may not look the same way as other person do. So in that case the views are different. Okay, so you can see that the data is available from 1970, so we have around 49 or 50 years of data for this particular index, and this is sufficient enough to drive a trend. Okay, so the base of any currency, or the base of a currency which is accepted by everybody for domestic as well as international trade, does has some basic understanding of why we are using that as a currency, or what are the positive and negatives, or the pros or the cons for that. And after this term paper currency and gold has been removed, so obviously prior to that it was fixed by any currency is fixed with the ounce of gold, but after it removed, then everything called as a paper currency which does not have its own gravity. It's simply derived by the market forces, and the reasons behind that can be so many. So what we are going to do here, this is all about the introduction and a basic sense of the current happenings and the things which are going on. And those who are saying that it's going to go up because inflation is going to be on the higher side if they print so much currency over a period of time. But the problem is, the basic problem is, as we move forward in the years, let's say in the next 1, 2, or 3, probably 4 or 5 odd years, the demographics of the developed countries as well as most of the countries, there are very few or specific countries which has a booming demography. Okay, so this concept of demography is very important when you're talking about macroeconomics, because it drives consumption, it drives growth, it drives exchange of currency. Okay, and that's the most important part we should think of when we are talking about currency. It does not matter if you are printing tons and tons of currency over a period of time, unless people are exchanging it. Okay, so when the exchange rate is so slow, then obviously it doesn't matter that how uh, to compare it directly with the inflation, because that's not a right way to compare, because inflation will only come when people are ready to pay for something at x amount of price. Okay, and even they have money, the kind of position they are into, they may or may not able to spend that money. That's also a concept. So I'm not saying that this is the reason or that is the reason, but people have reasons of their own. And as we move forward, this is a known fact that demography of the developed countries are getting older, and you have the sufficient amount of data. And when these things happens, obviously the currency exchange or the volatility will decrease over a period of time, and there is no denial. And that is one of the major factors why the inflation, those inflation hawks who are saying that it's going to come up, obviously it will sometimes, but who knows what are the things that will trigger those kind of situations. Okay, right now as we move forward, what we can see is something else. So I'm not here to deny that if somebody is saying bullish, they are wrong, and if I'm saying bearish, I am right. So that's no way I'm going to talk about. Okay, what I'm going to do here is just to look at the chart. And this is, I think, a very complex chart. Okay, why I am saying that, the more you look into it, the different kind of data you will find. Let's say, let me show you how does it look like. So if you are using a trend line like this, what you can see here, that probably this chart has indeed makes a breakout. Okay, and now it's taken support over this line, and probably if it's going to fall, it's going to take another support near 84. Okay, unless it goes below 84, it won't fall much on the lower side. Okay, so this is the thing, this is the first thing which one can observe. Now if you use the same line here, what you can say, okay, rather than using this thing, that is completely wrong technically, but if you are using here like this, and if you are saying that, okay, so this is the line, this is how it looks like, this is also fine. Okay, this is also fine. In that case, you are looking at, okay, it's taking support, it is in between a range rather than that. But if you are using a line like this, okay, then you will probably see a head and shoulder kind of pattern. Okay, which is indeed a bearish pattern. So as you can see, this is your left shoulder, this is your head. Okay, and here you can find your right shoulder, and there is a breakdown. Okay, so here it is clearly visible that if you are using this line, then and head and shoulder uh, pattern has formed, and it started going down. It already broken down from that level, and it started going down. And probably in this kind of things, the downside would be much more than anybody can think over a period of time. So this is what you need to look at. And probably if you are using a straight line kind of thing, what one could see here, that probably the stock is indeed moving inside a range, and it's not what it is looks like. So if somebody is saying that it is on the higher end of the range, no, it has fallen into the resistance zone, and it unable to cross this 103 on the upside. So, and here you can see the particular index has again taken support at 92, but if it enables to hold this level also, then obviously it will fall down to 81 or probably 78, or probably to the lower end of the range, which is 71. So the way you are looking at it is completely different, as and also the way you are analyzing is will give you different sort of result. That is up to you how you are analyzing it, what are the kind of theories you have into your mind before analyzing it. So it's completely depend upon the individual. So this is the end of the presentation. And if you like this presentation, share your thoughts in the comment section and hit on the subscription button and notify the bell so that you can get the notification of my upcoming videos. Lastly, take care of your family and friends.